Hi, welcome to Fanboy Critic, our show where we go see new movies out in theaters and give you our review.
Both the good and the bad. I'm John Ortiz, and I'll be your fanboy.
And I'm Sam McClure, I'll be your critic. This week on Fanboy and Critic, we went to go see Barbie, directed by Greta Gerwig, starring Margot Robbie, Ryan Duckling, Simu Liu, Issa Rae, Michael Cera, America Ferrera, Will Ferrell. And if you don't know what Barbie is, she is a doll from the 1950s, and they've made her own movie. All right, Jay, Greta Gerwig, known for a lot of more like indie or at least less pop films. How do you think she did with Barbie? What did she do well, bringing Barbie the doll to life?
Less pop. This is probably the most pop film she's probably made, for sure. You're right. My aspect, what I thought about it the most, what I enjoyed about it the most was what she did, how creative she was bringing Barbie Land, that's what they call it in the movie, Barbie Land to life. I mean, you may not know this, I work at a toy store, and literally the set was identical to the toys, like from her dream house to the cars that were driving around, even the way she casted and created all the characters. And the costumes were amazing. I think that was like one of the best things for me. Everything's super aligned with what Barbie wore, in past, editions of Barbie. And I thought that was really great. And the cast was all good too. Oh yeah. The cast was really good. Margot Robbie, she's Barbie. She's definitely Barbie. I think he missed it when he went to the restroom. She was having one of her moments and he's like, I'm not even perfect. And then some lady's voice just pauses and comes in the movie. And she's like, at this point, Mattel should not have casted Margot Robbie for this movie. Because she's perfect. She's literally a perfect human being. She's amazing, yeah.
Wait, the voice in the movie said that?
Yeah, voice in it was like just commentary.
The narrator.
Yeah, narrator, yeah. But yeah, Margot Robbie was great as Barbie. But you know who really stole it for me? You're not gonna agree, or I know you don't like the guy. Ryan Gosling. I think he was a great Ken. I don't know if it was maybe just Ken himself, but he played a really good Ken if Ken had a character. But yeah, that character in general, Ken, they really, I think he stole the movie. I really think he stole the movie. It was great. His aspect of what Ken is to Barbie and what he needed from Barbie, was just so good.
I remember not liking Ryan Duckling.
No, maybe it's because you.
I do make fun of him a lot.
But yeah, I think that dynamic was great, and that was the best part of the movie. Those two really played off each other well, and yeah, the rest of the cast was good, and the moral of the story was great too. Yeah, it was just I didn't know what to think of with the Barbie movie. I thought it was gonna be a musical. But it wasn't. It was a real movie. It was great.
So musicals are not real.
Yeah. I wanted a musical.
But you got the Ken song. 'Cause I'm just Ken.
Tell me how that's.
I don't have a ton of bad things to say, honestly. Is the Greta Gerwig hold her magic as usual? I think it's just so peak millennial. It's like peak millennial.
Yeah.
Like all they're doing is exploring the existential dread of what it means to exist, and then ripping apart our society's gender roles of man and woman. Both Ken and Barbie had a lot of that, and I think she knocked it out of the park. To be honest, I can't tear it down. She did a great job. There's a lot of things to be said, and it does that beautiful thing that almost no popular movies do, where it just ends like, life is fucking complicated. There's no actual answer to this. You just have to try to be better about things.
Yeah.
That's kind of the ultimate, I wouldn't say that's the theme of the movie, but it's kind of just like where they land, because that's life. Oddly enough, a story about a plastic doll was more real to real life than like 99% of movies out there.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't have too many bad things to say. I think America Ferrera's part was really kind of pushed to the side. Like, I feel like that was the connection that Barbie needed to make stronger, where we focused a lot on Ken. Like, it was probably 60-40 Barbie Ken. Like what Barbie really needed for her character arc was a better, or at least more earned connection with America Ferrera's character, because they just kind of smack into each other, and then they're like, okay, that part of like the things that they were both having issues with just get resolved after they meet.
Yeah, that did happen fairly quickly. You're right.
Weird Barbie was cool, but I think got a lot of screen time. I mean, Caitlin Kinnon's like magnetic and charismatic and great, but the character itself didn't need that much to do with everything else. It was just that screen time could have been better used reinforcing America Ferrera and her character's daughter. I think that relationship also resolved fairly easily and simply without any sort of it didn't feel earned, even though that wasn't the relationship that we needed the most. I don't know. I'm being the fanboy because there's not too many bad things to say. I feel like
Stop picking at it.
I have a lot of good things to say. I honestly can't believe Mattel
Pull this off.
did this.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see a corporate entity like being this okay with them. They tore Barbie down. Like they basically said like, these are all the things wrong with Barbie.
Yeah.
You know, all the way she makes women feel, like what she represents or has represented throughout the ages, like what she needs to be doing better. Like I would never in a million years have imagined a corporation like Mattel being like, yeah, we're fine with you pointing out all of our flaws. And then making like a caricature CEO that's like an evil villain. Like they just got away with so much more than I ever thought they would.
Yeah, they really pull off a lot in this movie.
One of the Barbies said an F word.
You're right.
They bleeped it, but one of the Barbies said the F word.
There was a lot of jokes too, a lot of adulty jokes.
Yeah, there were some dirty jokes in there.
If I wasn't severely injured, I would beat you off right now, Ken.
I'll beach off with you any day, Ken.
Let's beach off.
Anyone who wants to beach him off has to beach me off first.
I will beach both of you off at the same time.
That was the part I was supposed to take it down a peg. Anyways, Jay, convince the critics out there not to go see this movie.
Critics, not to go see it?
Or go see it, I don't care.
Critics, you're going to want to go watch this movie. You have two great lead actors, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. And, you know, you may not be a Barbie fan, but it's Margot Robbie. I mean, that's why I went. But yeah, I mean, it's this is something very, I can't even explain it. I feel like this is something we've never seen before.
100%.
I don't know how to explain that into words, but critics, you just got to go check it out for yourself.
Fanboys, listen, we both know you had a difficult choice to make this weekend.
Very true.
And if you are truly a fanboy, you may not be prepared to have your icon be torn down for a whole movie.
Okay.
If you're a fanboy of Barbie, you might not be ready for them to say, these are all the things wrong with Barbie, and here's how to do better. So there is another option, fanboys. If you're a fanboy, you're probably statistically a fanboy of Christopher Nolan movies. I don't know, I said boy a lot. I wasn't trying to be a gender thing, but it ended up being that way.
Fanboy fangirls, they're out there.
I know what you're going to rate it, but why don't you tell them how you feel about this movie?
I absolutely loved it. I loved it. Mattel did a great job. Barbie was a movie. They waited the right time to do something like this, and
Yeah.
the execution was perfect. It was such a good movie. Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie, they did a great job.
Like Greta Gerwig crushed it. Margot Robbie crushed it as both executive producer and the lead actress. Ryan Gosling crushed it. Said his name right. That's how good he did. It's just all in all, just did a great job. And the marketing was great too, because a lot of that stuff that was in the marketing was not in the movie. So they shot it specifically for just to pump up the movie. Warner Brothers, hats off. You should make a Barbie Land in your parks. Like,
That's a great idea.
yeah, I mean, I don't think I said it, but from the way I'm talking about it, you should understand that I also love this movie. We should have like a special thing for like a Fanboy and Critic that we both love.
Or like a
The Fanboy and Critic Award. Here you go. We won't call it the Oscars. We'll call it the Willies.
so you're out of love.
I'm out of love. You're out of love.
There we go.
Fanboys and critics out there, let us know what you would call a certain movie that gets both of ours at the top of top of the ranking. We need a name for that.
Make sure you like, subscribe, comment below, support our Patreon. Tell us what you thought about the movie and our review.
We'll see you in 2 weeks for our review of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
And we'll see you for the next review.
Is he a good spy, though? Because everybody seems to know his name.
That's not what a good spy does.
That's kind of true, huh? Unless Ethan Hunt is not his real name.
Who knows? Tom.